if you guys are interested, I wanted to share the two dreams that I had of Jesus, like in my life. I haven't really shared them with anyone except my mom. First dream, in the dream, I was talking to someone and we were talking about somebody else. And then after that conversation, I felt bad talking about that person behind their back. So I was thinking I probably need to repent. And I was standing outside a library and I thought, I'll sit down and I'll just pray and tell God I'm sorry. And I was like, well, maybe I should do it in the library. So I stood up and then I was like, no, here's fine. So I went to sit back down and then Jesus came walking out of the library and it was so real. Like he was really there. And I just popped back up and I was just staring at him. And he looked exactly like he did in a certain picture I have of Jesus. And I wasn't sure what to do, and I took a step towards him, but he took a step away from me, which really made me feel bad, like, oh, he doesn't love me. But he had such a big smile on his face, and just looking at him, I knew that he wasn't upset or anything. And then he turned and walked into the library. Well, before he turned, he said to me, hi, my bride. And I was like, oh. And then he turned and walked into the library and I followed him. And that was the end of the dream. So nothing really happened, but I got to see him and it was so sweet. And the second dream I had, I woke up and I was in like a bungalow, like I was in a cabin, and the roof, it didn't have any ceiling, but it had like wooden beams going across the top, and sitting on the wooden beams were all these like tropical birds, and there was like owls and all kinds of pretty birds up there, and they were all looking at me. And then I went outside the cabin and I had my car keys in my hands, and I turned and I saw Jesus coming towards me, and he looked different than the other Jesus, but he looked just like this other picture that I've seen of Jesus. He looked more like rugged in this picture. And one thing I've complained to God about is that when I try to like picture him in my mind, he always seems so tall, and I'm like always like looking up to him. And it's just hard to, look in his eyes. And in the dream, Jesus made himself shorter, so he was not as tall as he normally would be. And he was like eye to eye with me. And as he was coming towards me, it was like kind of in slow motion. And I was like, you had better be the real Jesus. That's what I was about to say, but I didn't actually even get the words out because he just came so fast, and he just came up under me and scooped me up and picked me up. And I dropped my car keys and I just like wrapped my arms around him and I was like, oh, Jesus. And then I woke up, so, which was just horrible. I was like, no. But that was just so sweet. He just scooped me up and hugged me, and he didn't even say anything, but that's the dream that I had of Jesus. So nothing really happened in the dreams, but I got to see Jesus and it was like so sweet. And he's just the best, and he loves you guys, and I just wanted to encourage you guys with those stories and let you know that I'm praying for you.